last but absolutely not least, I hope you guys have all been taking notes. I've been taking notes like crazy. And this woman, she's going to take the gloves off. And I will tell you, the woman you're about to hear from, Vanessa Day, talk about leading by example, talk about like setting the pace. She's a Director 3, Platinum Black 3. That means over 50,000 in team sales, but it also means over 50,000 in personal sales, guys. Okay, do the math. 36%, over 50,000. And Vanessa, I'll have you share with these guys your biggest. I would love for you to share, what was your biggest customer pod month?
Yeah, so biggest customer pod month was on Black Friday 2 years ago, and it was 52,000 points.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing, girl. Well, you're my idol. I think the most I've ever done is like, I think 11 or 13,000. So I see you ladies in our team just crushing it. I mean, when they say find people better than you and just plug them into the system, like, holy cow. John and I, like, we're not like, PB3s, but we learn from you guys and we implement what you teach us every day. So, girl, I know that you have had 28 years in the hospitality industry. So I'd love for you to share, again, the Cliff Notes version of your story, what you used to do, what you do, how you got here. And then I know you're really going to teach us how to, I want 50,000 in my pod this month. So I can't wait for you to teach me how to do that. So let's start with your story.
Sure. Okay. So, hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa J. So I am 48 years old, which is a little bit nuts to me. 8 years ago, unfortunately, I was going through some things. I was going through a divorce. I was $30,000 in debt. I was a busy restaurant manager working, 55 plus hours a week. Sometimes that was first thing in the morning. Sometimes that was a mid-shift. Sometimes I was driving home at 3 in the morning watching the sunrise, So my hours were all over the place, and I really, really, really needed to find a way to bridge the gap financially for me. And I saw a girl on Facebook, and she posted, she had bought herself a brand new white winter coat. And I'll never forget, because my bills were piling up. Sometimes it was hard for me just to put gas in my car because my paychecks were literally paying off this debt that I had. And I just remember looking at that white winter coat going, God, I can't even afford to buy boots. Like, I need to do something. I need to do, I need to make a change. And so I reached out to her, and she sent me this long email, and I was like, nope, I don't know what this is. I'm not having anything to do with it. And 2 weeks later, I received a bill in the mail, and that put me over the edge. And I had a sleepless night, tossed and turned, woke up in the morning, and I said, all right, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to give it a shot. And that was my first company. I was with them for 2 years. And I want to tell you guys, my first paycheck was $26. I was so excited about $26. I was like, I just made $26 online. If I can make $26 online, I can make $260 online. If I can make $260, I can make $2,600.
Yes.
It literally limitless. And I had a moment of going, like there's something to this. And 8 years ago, it wasn't like it is now. There wasn't TikTok and, all these things. But I was just like, there is opportunity here. And I remember laying my enrollment kit around me, just looking at this business in a box. And, at the end of the day, it's the energy that you put into this, this thing that will make all the difference for you. And so I gave it my all. I was with that company for 2 years, but I did feel after 2 years I was just spinning my wheels. It was very recruitment based. Unless I had a team, I couldn't make any money, and that was the reason why I was in it. As I really needed to feed myself at the end of the day. And after 2 years, I started to question. I started to feel very discouraged, and I was literally praying one day, and I was just like, please, like, somebody show me the way. Like, there's got to be a better way to do this. There's got to be a better way to figure this out. And the day that I was ready to walk out the door and say, forget it, maybe this isn't for me, I received a message. So, don't discriminate, just saying hi to someone out there. You just never know what might happen. So I received a message, and we started a conversation, and she did a crazy thing. she did a crazy thing. She added me into a Facebook group. She tagged me in a video, and I did not even look at that video. I was just so excited that there was a Facebook group and a video. I was just like, oh my gosh, there's tools here that I don't have. And I was trying to create similar types of tools with my previous company. I was like, oh my God, all of this is at my fingertips. And, you know, at that time, again, running around a busy restaurant, I didn't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? And so I just said, you know what, I'm giving this one last shot. And I walked into this business a little skeptical, a little bit broken. And then I remember my first month, I think I made over $1,000. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe that I was earning product credits, and I wasn't, the money didn't have to necessarily come out of my pocket, and I could, and there was just so many things. And I made that money with no team. And I was like, well, this is amazing. And so I finally realized that I had discovered this opportunity where not only could I make an income on product sales alone, the training was there, the tools were there. I walked in and I saw all these leaders that I had been following or buying courses from, and they were all here. And I was like, I just found the University of Network Marketing. This is amazing, And so it was amazing. And so I just kind of went all in. And I have to tell you, though, after my divorce, and I just have to tell this story for somebody who might be listening, because after my divorce, I was, unfortunately, there was a few things going on in my life, and I was pretty broken. And at that time, I sat in on a coaching call, and this woman asked me a question that changed my life. And she said to me, here I am just trying to make consistently $1,000 a month, at least that, that could kind of bridge the gap. And I remember she said to me, if you could have anything at all, if you could be, do, have anything you want, what would it be? And I said to her, oh my gosh, if I could make $4,000 a month, I would be so happy. $4,000 a month for me was a big deal. My rent, my bills, to live, I could walk away from the restaurant industry. You know what I mean? And I was like, $4,000 a month, if I could just make that. And she said, $4,000 a month, if you could be, do, have anything you want, $4,000 a month. And I kind of thought about that for a minute. I'm like, where along the line did I put a value on my worth and what I could create? $4,000 a month at the end of the day, that was pretty much what I was making full time, And all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I have the capacity to create so much more for myself. And that's when I really decided to go all in. Life is funny. Life is a very funny thing. COVID happened. All of us in the restaurant industry were laid off. And I was like, it's my time. Let's just do this. And I decided to go all in. And I was making decent numbers. I was starting to build a team. I was just starting to step into leadership a little bit more. And then, my training, what I want to talk today is like Black Friday. Black Friday, everyone, changed the trajectory of my business forever. And I want to tell you that in the next 2 weeks, you have the ability to literally change the landscape of your business from here moving forward, because that's exactly what happened to me. I don't know, Michelle, do you want me to just go in and talk a little bit about?
Yeah, girl, let's just get right into it.
All right. Yeah, so I want everyone to just get really, really clear on your numbers. I think a lot of us have this capacity of giving ourselves big goals, and then automatically we say to ourselves, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to hit that. And I remember, 3 years ago, Black Friday, my goal was Platinum 3. Platinum 3 was huge. Like, I was like, how am I going to hit Platinum? No, I think I want to hit Platinum 1. I think I want to hit Platinum 1. And I was just like, well, I'm going to give all the energy to this goal. And I just started to, and I remember the beginning of that month, I had 70 points in sales. I had sold 1 bottle of trim. I had adopted a cat who ended up having ringworm. And I was like, oh, my God, I was so behind. And I was like, how am I going to hit Platinum 1? And at that time, what I wanted to do was I wanted to reverse engineer that goal. So, when you think about Platinum 1, that's 5,000 points. And for most of us, I know at that time, that was a huge number. And so whatever your goal is, even if it's Platinum, maybe you've only hit Bronze and Platinum is a big goal for you, and that's okay. I really want you to get clear on what it is exactly that you need. If somebody's listening and doesn't know what reverse engineering is, take a look at your points. Take a look at your favorite product, what it is that you love to promote the most that is a part of the Black Friday deal. And so, for example, buy a sell is my thing. I love our collagen. It's the most amazing product. So I know that a 2-pack of collagen is 150 points. So if you were to take a look at Platinum, you know that you need 20 customers in 17 days to get 20 customers to buy that bundle so that you can hit Platinum. I knew 3 years ago that 50,000 points, that's crazy. 50,000 points, listen, my friends, if I can do it, trust me when I tell you, you can do it too. 50,000 points at that time, we had buy-or-sell bundles, which was about 250 points. And I knew I needed 200 customers during Black Friday to hit 50,000 points. 200 customers, and I had to break those numbers down smaller and smaller so that my mind could kind of wrap itself around that. I hope that makes sense. So really, really get clear on your numbers, however big or small that is, just so that it's something that you can wrap your head around. Number one, when you know exactly what you're marketing, you can get very specific with your marketing. I always say to myself, Facebook is where you build your relationships. I love TikTok for expanding your reach. So if you're finding these days that you don't have enough people looking at your stuff, get yourself on TikTok as well so you can get more eyes on what you're doing and put out that video content, because I'm finding that is just, for me, that's always been the best way to market to a lot more people on a bigger scale. What else can I tell you here? I'm just trying to think.
I love that, Vanessa. I love that you just, broke that down, because even for me, who's only done 11 to 13,000 in personal sales, and like in my biggest month, P3, I love that you like 50,000 even to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I could ever do 50,000 in personal sales. But when you're like, oh, help 200 people get on the BioCell, or help 200 people get on the body transformation system, I'm like, no. I know 200 people that want to lose a little bit of weight,
Exactly.
So I love just breaking that down into kind of those bite-sized pieces. I love that.
Yeah. So it's a time, the next 2 weeks, it's a time where, there's going to be a lot of noise out there. Every person has something going on for Black Friday, and, just make sure that you're showing up. Get yourself out there, because you want to make sure that you try and break through that noise. And as the other girl said, Shirley and Angie, by the way, those two ladies are absolutely fantastic. I love them both dearly. Authenticity, being yourself, but being present, that's the most important thing. A lot of things I try and do right now, things that I don't want to think about in the next 2 weeks, like planning some posts so that you don't have to think about posts. You know what I mean? Maybe recording a few stories that you can kind of repurpose over the next 2 weeks, so that your main focus should be maybe going live, reaching out to people, following up with people. And as, both girls said, your follow-up list, your VIP list, huge, so those are the things that you really want to focus on next 2 weeks. Now, listen, 50,000 in a month, hardest thing I ever did, hardest thing I ever did, but it was amazing. I knew that for 2 weeks I was not leaving that chair. It's not for everybody, you know what I mean? But if your goal is 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, your customer pod, it is so doable, and the time is now. And I just want to tell you, your energy in the next 2 weeks has to match your level of desire. So if you do have a goal, make sure that you're putting your energy into it every single day. I was looking at my points and saying, okay, Where am I at? Where do I need to be? What are the things that I can do today to bring that goal closer to me? And so just, just a lot of clarity, and you've got this. The next 2 weeks is going to be amazing.
Oh my gosh, Vanessa, I love that so much. And really that's what it comes down to, guys, is your comfort zone equals your wealth zone. I mean, what's the worst thing somebody could say? No? Like, did you die? I mean, if somebody wasn't your customer today and you ask them and they're not your customer tomorrow, nothing's changed. But what if they become your customer and then they lose 50 pounds on our system and then they go tell everybody about it and they turn into an Angie, a Shirley, a Vanessa, a John Melton, or any of the amazing freaking leaders that we have in this organization? We all started with being skeptical. We all started with a no following and no friends. We all started at suck. We all started not knowing what the hell to do. And so the crazy thing is, guys, I'm telling you, like, if you just keep it simple, the system works. If you just agree to do the damn thing, okay? Like, get out of your comfort zone and like, you hear all these people in the personal development world, like Mel Robbins has the 5-second rule, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. Darren Hardy talks about 20 seconds of fear. Like, just bust through that 20 seconds of fear and just do it. Don't think about it. Don't contemplate, to consider, to evaluate your entire existence before you ask somebody if they're open and taking a look at what you have, because you have a message in your mouth. And I'm telling you guys, you could literally make more money this month than you have made in the entire year combined. And I know that sounds freaking nuts, but we've seen it happen over and over and over again. So, gosh, Angie, Shirley, Vanessa, I love every single thing that you guys have shared today. Team, I'm telling you, like, make a decision to do the thing and be productive versus active, okay? Ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now making me money? And if it's not, stop doing it. Get out there and make a difference, and stop making yourself the deal and make the person that you're talking to and that you want to help. How can you help them? What are their health goals? What are their fitness goals, weight loss goals, beauty goals? And then help them with those goals. If they want to make a little extra money, help them make a little extra money. And if you've even made $300 or $500, can you show somebody else how to do it? Absolutely. Okay. And guys, we have a system in place, and systems are duplicatable. People are not. I will tell you, John Melton, he does not need me to close his people, but I'll tell you, the dude will put me in 5, 10 three-way chats a day. People like Ashley. Ashley puts us in probably 5, 10, 15 chats a day. You look at these people that are in the top of our team, just do what they do, guys. I promise you, if you do what they do, learn how to say what they say, you'll get their same results every single time. Guys, this is the month to do it. I'm so excited about this month. And guys, we're biggest month of the year. And then, we head into December, which we have amazing promotions for, the holiday season. Then we're heading right into, guess what, body transformation season, weight loss season. People with the new year come goals of wanting to lose weight, make more money, have a better life, make this next year better than this last year. But it starts with a decision, right? It starts with keeping the promises you make to yourself. And guys, I know a lot of you have been messaging me about when is the goal setting training. A lot of you know I do the most powerful goal setting training every single year. I've done it for 27, 28 years. We're mixing things up a little bit. There's a lot going on in December. GoPro is on December 7th. I know we have an elite retreat the following weekend on the 14th. So I am thinking about switching it up, possibly doing the goal setting event on an evening. So let me know your thoughts on that, guys. I'm so excited to bring that to you guys again. And guys, I'm telling you, you can change your entire life this month. And I know that's a big, bold-ass statement, but it is true. So, ladies, Angie, Shirley, Vanessa, thank you guys for being here today. And I want to thank every single one of you for taking time out of your busy, amazing Saturdays to be with us. We're here every Saturday unless we have an event going on, same time, same number. New leaders, new people every week that are willing to take the gloves off and tell you how to do exactly what they've done. So you guys go out there, have a blessed, amazing weekend. Make it your best month yet. Love you guys. Have a great week and have a great Black November. Talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.